Good morning, everyone. This is Carson, aka Casanova, and welcome once again to another edition of the Carson Sports Network. I hope everybody's doing okay. Uh, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you'll greatly help us appreciate what we do for ourselves and for the community. All right, so without further ado, this NBA seasons had already gone underway since last week, and I guess we got some more matchups coming up for you for Wednesday, on this Wednesday, October 26th. Well, according to today's slate games, you have the Orlando Magic heading to Cleveland to face the Cleveland Cavaliers. Atlanta will be facing the Detroit Pistons at Detroit. Brooklyn will be visiting Milwaukee. The 76ers, who just got their first one of the season a couple of nights ago, are going to be facing the Toronto Raptors. Meanwhile, the Charlotte Hornets will be heading to Madison Square Garden to take on the Knicks. The Indiana Pacers will be visiting the Chicago Bulls. San Antonio Spurs to visit the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rockets will be playing at Utah. The Miami Heat will be visiting the Portland Trailblazers in Portland, Oregon. And I believe the final game is late. You get the Los Angeles Lakers heading to Denver to take on the Denver Nuggets. All right, some NHL action. I believe it's only 3 games today in the NHL on the docket. You got the New York Rangers visiting the New York Islanders. Edmonton Oilers will be at St. Louis Blues, and the Tampa Bay Lightning in the nightcap will be facing the Anaheim Ducks. Also, I want to mention to you that the World Cup is officially going to get underway as of November 21st of this year. We're getting very, very close to the World Cup season. There's 32 teams will compete for that coveted cup to see who the best team in the world is. I guess according to the Vegas odds, Brazil would be one of the top teams to potentially win the cup. Although there are other teams in there that I feel is just as viable to win. You know, teams like Argentina and Belgium and France. You know, as examples. That'll be very interesting to see what goes on with that in Qatar. Also, the American League and National League Championship Series had already completed about a few days ago. The Philadelphia Phillies had eliminated the San Diego Padres 4 games to 1, while the Houston Astros had already swept the New York Yankees in the 4-game sweep, which sets up for Friday's World Cup on October 28th. I mean, not World Cup, the World Series between the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. And I believe this will be a very, very interesting World Series tournament. I believe the Houston Astros would be the odds-on favorites to win the World Series. And I believe the MVP could either be Jose Altuve or Bregman, one or the other. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on in the World Series, which sets up in Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. Also, we got some Thursday night football heading our way for week number 8, as the Baltimore Ravens will get it started on the road and as they visit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe we only have 2 teams on the bye, however. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers that are on a bye this week. All right, so yeah, that's that. And then, we got a London game going on between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Some key notes to that London series. The Jacksonville Jaguars have been one of these, so that speaks well for them. Also, some other actions in Week 8. Get the Arizona Cardinals visiting the Minnesota Vikings. The Miami Dolphins will visit the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, the Bears will be at AT&T Stadium take on the Dallas Cowboys. The Las Vegas Raiders will be at New Orleans Saints. Carolina Panthers will be headed to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Patriots will be visiting MetLife Stadium as they face the New York Jets. The Philadelphia Eagles will be hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tennessee Titans will be on the road to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, the Seattle Seahawks will be hosting the New York Football Giants. You get a division rival game going on between 49ers and Rams. The Washington Commanders will be visiting the Indianapolis Colts. And I believe the Colts will start on a new quarterback, Sam Ellinger, coming out of the University of Texas. I believe they're shutting down Matt Ryan potentially for the season. Sunday Night Football, you get the Green Bay Packers visiting the Buffalo Bills. And then on primetime Monday night, you got the Cincinnati Bengals visiting the Cleveland Browns in the Dog Pounds. All right, so yeah, that's that. And then I guess we got some college football going on for you at some point. Let's see here. Yeah, as it pertains to college football for the Week 9 college football season, some key matchups that I will read off to you. Number 7 TCU will be visiting West Virginia. Here's a big game matchup here. That's the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes will be visiting the Penn State Netherlands, who are number 13 in the country. The Northern Final Line will be facing number 16 Syracuse Orangemen. Number 17 Illinois will be facing Nebraska. Number 20 Cincinnati will be facing Central Florida. Number 8 Oregon will be on the road as they face California. Number 10 Wake Forest to visit Louisville. Number 22 Kansas State will host number 9 Oklahoma State Cowboys. The top team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, who are the defending national champions, they will host the Florida Gators. The Missouri Tigers will be visiting South Carolina Gamecocks, who just made it into the top 25 according to the rankings. Number 10 USC will be visiting Arizona. Number 3 Tennessee Vols will be hosting the Kentucky Wildcats. Number 15 Ole Miss to visit Texas A&M. You got the Battle of Michigan between Michigan State and number 4 Michigan Wolverines. You got the Pittsburgh Panthers will be on the road as they face number 21 North Carolina Tar Heels. And then in the nightcap, you got Stanford going up against the UCLA Bruins. These are some of the action of the top 25. Some of the possible key matchups for the FBS outside the top 25. As you got, let's say, Toledo will be a 7-point favorite on the road against Eastern Michigan. Then you got Arkansas, who are a 3.5-point favorite. You get the Miami Hurricanes, who are a 2-point favorite against Virginia Cavaliers on the road. Minnesota is a 2-touchdown favorite, 14 points at home against Rutgers. The SMU Mustangs will be a 2.5-point favorite as they're on the road to take on Tulsa. You got Iowa, who's actually an 11-point favorite at home going up against Northwestern. You get the Navy Midshipmen, who are 13.5-point favorite, home favorites going up against the Temple Owls. You got Marshall, who are 2.5-point home favorites to Coastal Carolina. There's an interesting matchup here between the Baylor Bears and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Texas Tech are 2.5-point home favorites. Let's see. And then also, you got Fresno State, who are 8.5-point home favorites to San Diego State. So these are some of the college football matchups for the weekend. Moving forward. Also, all right. So anyway, in the world of baseball, some of the rumors that I've been hearing lately, been hearing that Aaron Judge, he's not really talking about the free agency at the moment, but there's a chance that he will test the free agent market, as some teams are going to be putting in a bid viable to try to get him the free agency. One of the teams that might be interested in him are the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've been talking about potentially trying to bring him into Los Angeles, California. But I feel that if somehow he was to leave the Yankees, whoever signs him would have to sign him to at least $350 to $360 million deal or higher in order to satisfy his contract. Also, in last night's Denver, I think Golden State Phoenix game, Klay Thompson gets his first career ejection after a verbal altercation with Devin Booker. I guess there was some disagreements that was going on. I guess they went chest to chest during the stoppage on the play, and they were chirping at each other. And I guess Klay Thompson kind of got the worst of suspension. So, these things do happen. Always tensions always are brewing. You know. So those are some of the key notes there. Honestly, I don't know what to make of the situation in Green Bay. Because Aaron Rodgers is, I believe, now on his, I'd say about 18th season with the Green Bay Packers. He's almost in his 40s. We know that the aspirations of winning a championship are still there in Green Bay. However, I don't know what the future is for them moving forward. We don't know what their psyche is, what their plans are going to be moving forward. And I can almost say the same thing for Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady has had such a magical run in his career, and I still believe that he's one of the best players to have ever played in the league. However, I'm hearing that potentially this would be his last season in the NFL, and I don't know what his future is going to hold moving forward, but I'm sure that he will be one of the players mentioned in the Hall of Fame ballot once he does decide that he wants to retire. So that'll be a great omen to him and his family. Also, one other note, Brittany Griner, I believe, lost her appeal on trying to get bail from what was going on in the country of Russia. And I believe she was being charged for, I guess, bringing drug narcotics into the country, which unfortunately that doesn't bode well for her and some of the fans in America. And, obviously, I wish her the best of luck. And I wish that she somewhat learns from this, I guess, this tragedy, so to speak. I don't know if tragedy is the correct word for it, but hopefully, she will learn from some of this decision that she made, and let this be a lesson to everyone that are involved in sports to always do the right thing, no matter what the media says or where you're at in the world of sports. So it's just one of those things. People just have to be careful with how they do things, whether you're in the United States or outside the United States of America. All right, so these are some of the things I want to touch up on this week in my sports network. Once again, I thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, my name is Carson, aka Casanova. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and also give me a thumbs up to let me know whether you like the video. All right. Thank you very, very much for tuning in to another great episode, and I hope to talk to you again pretty soon. Once again, thank you and have a good day. God bless.